Rob, I'd like you to meet Alice Stick.
Well, it's a real pleasure, Alice.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for allowing us to spend some time on your beautiful farm. And I know you have sort of an interesting history with this farm, having grown up in New Jersey. But how did this farm first come into the Stick family?
Well, my father was always interested in farming and wanted to raise Ashire cattle, and he found this beautiful spot and bought it in 1940. And around 1950, he started buying and breeding Ashire cattle, and eventually had the largest herd of cattle in this area, and one of the top Ashire herds in the country.
Wow, and what was it like coming to this farm as a child? What were some of the things you
just
did?
Wonderful. I mean, the country is so beautiful, as you can see, and I really enjoyed just being here a large part of my life, and still do.
And did you help out with some of the chores when it was an active
Absolutely.
farm?
I had my little pet cows and calves, and helped with the haying every summer, and loved it.
What was the most difficult chore in working on the farm?
Oh, probably haying.
Yeah.
It's hard work.
I've done baling as well. Yeah, it's not easy. I worked on my sister's farm. She married a dairy farmer, and of course, low man in the totem pole means you have to go and shovel out the stalls in the barn. And to this day, my brother-in-law suggested prepare me well to be a politician. So I'm not exactly sure. How did you first meet Laura and get hooked up into the Heritage Conservancy?
Well, Laura and Jeff Marshall at the Heritage Conservancy met with some people in the valley here and encouraged us to, or it certainly informed us about what the Heritage Conservancy does and the process
moving
of
your land
preservation.
into a protective state, if we'll describe it as that, was it something you've been thinking about for a while with other members of your family, or did it sort of come out of the blue and go, oh, gee, maybe we want to do this? Or?
We were thinking about it, but I think the impetus was really the Heritage Conservancy getting us more educated and informed about the process and what's involved.
And how long did it take you from the point, as we were talking about earlier, where this farm's been scored highly and ready to go? Where are you in the overall process?
Well, we're fairly near completion now, I think, and it's probably been a little over a year.
Was it difficult?
No,
That's
it
good
was.
to hear.
We had a lot of help along the way. Right.
Right, exactly. Now, there's a network, obviously, of other private landowners here in this part of our Senate District and points beyond. What words of encouragement could you give, say, someone else, a citizen that's in a similar situation where you have a family farm? What would that be?
Well, I would say that it's certainly well worth doing. It's just so important to preserve land like this, and I would think that it's something that people would want to seriously consider doing if they want to see their land stay the way it is into the future.
And what you really provided, which we're so thankful for, you and your family have provided a lasting legacy of land that, as a result of your initiative and with the help of the Heritage Conservancy, will never be run over with development, and will remain as a farming, an active farm, that also will enhance a critical watershed area, the Cook Creek watershed, and that's important even beyond where we are now, as we were talking earlier. What would be your advice to me as a public servant in terms of this process you've gone through and what we can do to continue to be an advocate for you?
Well, I know you already are an advocate for this sort of preservation and for the small farmers in general, and I would say just keep on doing what you're doing.
Well,
you're doing a great job of it.
Well, I'll do the best I can, and again, I can't thank you enough for taking this step, which is a personal step involving something that's been in your family for well over 50 years, and applaud your efforts and glad you were able to hook up with the Conservancy.
So are we. Thanks, Laura, and thank you, Ralph.